Okay, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and work through some of these problems working with our equations. Now, something new that we're adding in with these equations is that it's not only just one solution. Sometimes you're going to have problems that have infinitely many solutions, and sometimes you're going to have no solution. Now, our one solution, that's the part where what you are most familiar with. That's the ones that we've had thus far, have always ended up with x equals something or y equals something. Today we have some infinitely many solutions. That's when the variables cancel, and then you're left with a true statement, something like 10 equals 10 or negative 5 equals negative 5. So any number, any real number that you put into that equation would work as a solution. So there are infinitely many solutions. And then you have the third option of no solution. With no solution, the variables cancel, and you're left with a false statement. So there is nothing that you can put into that equation to satisfy that equation and to make it true. So let's go ahead and work through some of these and see what we get. Number one, we're going to go through our steps. Do we have to distribute? Yes. So 7 times 2 is 14 plus 7 times 5v gives us 35v equals 3v plus 14. Now, do we have to combine like terms on our sides? No. But do we need to move our variables? Yes. So I'm going to go minus 3v minus 3v. That's going to leave me with 14 plus 32v equals 14. Okay, now I'm going to move my constants. Minus 14, minus 14. Okay, those are going to zero out, and that's going to end up leaving me with 32v equals 0. Now, when I have our 32v equals 0, I'm going to divide. Divide by 32, divide by 32. Okay? That leaves us with v equals 0 divided by anything is going to be 0. So v equals 0. So let's go ahead looking at our next one. Okay? You're going to work through number 2, but just to kind of get you started, remember we have to go negative 7 times p, negative 7 times this negative 5. You have to distribute. So when you do that, negative 7 times p gives you negative 7p. Negative 7 times negative 5 is going to be a positive 35. And then you're going to go ahead and finish up that equation. Number 3. Number 3, do we have to distribute? Yes, we do. Negative 5 times negative 2 is a positive 10. Negative 5 times negative 8, that's going to be a positive 40m equals 10 plus 5m. Now, combine like terms? No, but moving variables to one side? Yes. So I'm going to move my smallest coefficient, minus 5m, minus 5m. Okay, that's going to end up leaving me with 10 plus 35m equals 10. Okay, moving my constants, minus 10, minus 10. Those are going to zero out, and that's going to end up leaving me with a 35m equals 0. This is looking a lot like our first one. So 35m equals 0. Going to need to divide. Divide by 35, divide by 35. So m equals 0, because anything divided by 0 is 0. Okay, number 4. Yes, you do have to distribute. So you're going to distribute right here, and that'll get you started. And then you're going to go through and solve that equation. Number 5. Okay, distributing 7 times p, 7 times 6. 7 times p gives me 7p, plus 7 times 6 is 42 minus 5, and I bring down everything else. Okay, do I have to combine like terms? Yes, I do. I have a 42 and a negative 5 that I want to combine. So that's going to end up 30 plus 6p equals 7p. And then I have 42 minus 5. That's going to end up giving me a positive 37. Then moving my variables. Okay, I'm going to actually go through. I'm going to first move my constants. So first thing I'm going to move, or actually backing up, we got to move our variables to one side. Okay, so we're going to move our smallest coefficient. Here's our 6p minus 6p. Okay, that's going to leave us with 30 equals p plus 37. Now, moving our constants, minus 37, minus 37. Okay, that's going to zero out, and that's going to end up leaving me with negative 7 equals p. And that is our answer. Okay, let's go ahead and look at the bottom half of this sheet. So number 7, we have to distribute number 7, but we're distributing the negative 4. So negative 4 times v, that's going to give us negative 4v. Negative 4 times 3, that's going to be our negative 12 equals negative 12 minus 4v. Okay, I can already see something happening here. Things are looking the same, but we're going to keep working. Okay, next thing I've got to do is I've got to move my variables to one side. So I'm going to add 4v. I'm going to add 4v. Okay, so that's going to zero out. That's going to zero out, and that's going to end up with negative 12 equals negative 12. Okay, now I'll look at that. My variables went away. They canceled. Now, is that true? Yes, negative 12 does equal negative 12. So our answer for number 7 is infinitely many solutions. Because any real number that we plug in for our variable will work. Now, let's look. Number 8. You're going to start out, you're going to do your distributing to get you going on number 8. Number 9, okay, we have to distribute. 5 times n is 5n, plus 5 times 2 is 10. I'm going to bring down everything else. Okay, do I have to combine like terms? Yes, I have a positive 10 and a negative 7. So, I'm going to bring down 3 plus 5n equals 5n. 10 minus 7 is going to end up being 3. So things are looking very similar here again, but I'm going to keep working. I need to move my variables to one side. So minus 5n, minus 5n. Okay, those are going to zero out, so I'm going to end up with 3 equals 3. My variables canceled, and I have a true statement, so my answer is infinitely many solutions. Okay, so that is actually my answer for number 9. Now, number 10, you're going to start out with your distributing. Okay, number 11, we have to distribute. We have to distribute. Okay, now negative 2 times negative 3x, that's going to be a positive 6x. Negative 2 times 7, that's going to be a negative 14. Okay, bring down the other side. Okay, now I need to be able to start moving my variables to one side. I'm going to move my variable with the smallest coefficient. I'm on plus 8x. So those will zero out, and that's going to leave me with negative 14 equals 14x minus 14. Okay, moving my constants. Plus 14, plus 14. Now, negative 14 plus 14, that's going to give me 0. And that's going to end up equaling 14x. I'm still not done. My x is not by itself, so I will divide by 14, divide by 14. 0 divided by 14 is 0, and that equals x. Okay, we are actually going to look at one more problem. Let's look at number 12. Okay, number 12, we have this negative here that we have to distribute. So that negative is going to distribute all the way through. Negative times 3 is negative 3. Negative times negative 6b gives a positive 6b equals, bring down the rest of the problem. Now, need to move our variables to one side. Minus 6b, minus 6b. Okay, when I do that, those zero out. That leaves me with negative 3 equals 5. My variables canceled, but look, negative 3 does not equal 5. That is a false statement. So that means that on number 12, there are no solutions. No number can be put in for our variable to make that one true. So number 12 is no solution. Okay, go ahead and finish up your problems and we'll check over those tomorrow.